Well, very rarely will I say that DC did something better than Marvel. But if I'm going to compare movies whose plot involves a character with superpowers who dresses in red and tries to use time travel to bring their family back, it's still a lot better than Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness. If you've seen my recent MCU rankings, you know I'm not very fond of that movie. I found it very dark. I found it unnecessarily occult. Well, this film takes some of the ideas from Multiverse of Madness on a plot level, but it presents them in a much more upbeat way and with a lot stronger character development. I mean, right from the opening scene, the film is engaging, and much like the main character of The Flash, it doesn't slow down. It's got fantastic action, a terrific plot, and a great cast. Michael Keaton, of course, returns to the role of Batman after over 30 years, and it's like he never left. His return to donning the cape and cowl feels very natural, and where they take his character in this film feels like a very fitting continuation. There's also fan service galore in the second half, which I won't spoil, but keep your eyes peeled for some cameos. Some are going to be really familiar to you, and there are some that are going to be some deep cuts that only die-hard DC fans will understand, and it's glorious. Now, don't worry, this isn't a movie where there's cameos or references every 30 seconds. It's still a very plot-focused movie. It isn't like a lot of Marvel movies where the main character's name is in the title, but it doesn't really feel like their film because there's so many other characters distracting from it. A good comparison is like Captain America's Civil War. As awesome as that movie is, let's be honest, it's not really a Captain America movie, it's an Avengers movie. This is not like that. This still very much feels like a Flash movie. He is the one that goes through the most character growth, and he is written very well. Now, a few issues with that, though. On a plot level, this is a time travel movie. So, as such, you do get a lot of the time travel movie cliches. Dialogue about fixed points in time, how messing with time screws things up, how the timelines work. It all feels very derivative of other things that have done this, like Doctor Who, Avengers Endgame, stuff like that. And there's also a few scenes in this new timeline that Barry creates that feels like they were taken from the movie Last Action Hero. But honestly, this film is a lot of fun. It manages to be nostalgic while not being distracting. It's a ton of fun with its action scenes. It's got heart. It's got great characters. It's everything you could want in a movie like this. It's very much a love letter to DC fans. When it comes out on June 15th, run to see it. For me, The Flash gets an A-, 9 out of 10, and 4 out of 5 stars. And come back in a week or two because I will be doing a ranking of every theatrically released DC movie that is PG-13 or less. And by that I mean, I'm not going to be doing any of the direct-to-video animated stuff, but I will be doing every theatrically released movie with the exception of R-rated ones like Joker, Watchmen, things like that. But we're talking Christopher Reeve's Superman movie is going to be on that ranking. The Michael Keaton Batman movies are going to be included in that ranking, all of them. So come back for a couple weeks if you want to see where this falls within the grand scheme of the DC multiverse, and I will see you next time.